The Bag Talk session. We're back at it with another one where we get real intimate with the real bag that's within. I am your host, Tara Chantel, and today I have a living legend in the building. A living legend, an artist, an actor, and now a #1 hit record. Okay, maker. Okay.
Right, yeah.
Man, but you know all about that spiritual bag.
Yeah. I think, like, bag talk session, accomplishments, you and your bag, I think, like, it's all about, connecting to your true purpose.
And that's the realest thing, that we have to continue to walk into our purpose. So what have you been up to 2019? Like, let us know.
2019's been real. It's been a blessing. I wrote Heat for Chris Brown and Gunna, which is going crazy right now.
Let them know it's #1. Let them know.
#1.
So subtle with it. Subtle with it.
I'm in my bag, So let them. It's going #1. Which has been a blessing. I've also been acting a lot, so did some stuff on Greenleaf this season, and then I got a couple of indie projects that's coming out, and really just like advancing the music that I want to actually do and put out. So I've been really like in this like think tank, you know what I mean? So 2020 is gonna be crazy. That's all I can say. Like,
What's gonna be crazy about it though?
The fact that the world is gonna see what I've already saw. You know what I mean? Like, the manifestation is here. It's just a matter of now y'all seeing it, but it's already done. Like there's already stuff in motion. You know what I mean? So I'll just say sit back and just enjoy.
Put your seatbelt on and relax, because you about to take over on their heads real quick. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So what has this year taught you?
I think this year has taught me, most importantly, to not limit yourself. I think a lot of times we limit ourselves based off of what we see, our experiences, like passion, a calling. If you got something that you know you're planning to do, you can't limit where you see yourself going based off of the process. And a lot of times we do that, you know what I mean? And I've done that a couple times. I'm in the process of doing something, but because it don't look like what I think it's supposed to look like in my head, then I'll either stop, or it's like, I won't give it credit. It's like, oh, it's cool, but, but I think you can't limit that, you know what I mean? You got to know that the process is just a process, but then the finished product, you know what I mean, is having faith in, okay, well, I made this, and be proud of it. Hey, I created this, you know what I mean? And whether you like it or not doesn't matter. I like it, you know what I mean?
And that's all that matters, right? When you like yourself, that's all that matters. But you are the definition of that it's possible. Like, reach for the stars, like living proof right now. And I feel like one of the reasons like your career is taking off the way it has is because you speak things to existence, and you speak life over people's lives and over your life. The power of the tongue is real. So can you just drop game on how you walk by faith and not by sight? Like, really talk that game right now, because we all need help on that aspect.
Right. It's a great question.
Yeah, that's that back talk.
Walk by faith, not by sight.
Like, how do you have the courage to do that?
Okay, so check it. Like, I'd say like majority of the world uses an iPhone or Android, like a touchscreen phone of some sort, right? And at one point in time, there was no such thing as a touchscreen, right? It was T9, it was the QWERTY keyboard, you had Sidekick, and before then, it was like, the little Nokias, you know what I mean? Like,
we going way back.
Right. And then before then, you had the big ass suitcase, the pager, like. But what I'm saying is, it's all about somebody had to think about, okay, well, I'm gonna make something. How do you make something that hasn't been created yet, right? So, if we take the iPhone, I love the iPhone. A lot of people use the iPhone. The idea of, you can have a phone with no buttons, just a screen. Like, at the time, if we go back 30 years, that wasn't even thought. Like, what did you talk? You know what I'm saying? So likewise, when you have, a dream or a vision or something that you want to do, the walk by faith, not by sight thing is simple in theory. You know what I'm saying? The hard part is actually walking it out, because we live in a world where we want to touch things, we want to see things.
Yeah.
I want to know the end from the beginning before I start. You know what I mean? So for me, it's all about having faith in what God put me on this planet to do, right? So if I go to the studio, I write a song, I don't know what it's going to do. Like, I know it's dope, but I don't know what it's going to do yet. But the faith part is, even though I may not know what it's going to do, I'm still going to show up and do the job. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so that's the walk by faith, not by sight, because you can't be a dreamer, an entrepreneur, a successful person without having this. You gotta almost kind of be delusional, like you
be crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I love a lot of
it's
a lot of genius are known for being crazy,
right? Because it doesn't have logic. Like you gotta almost come to a point in yourself where, like, I don't care if I gotta like rewrite science. Like, if I gotta defy gravity to make this happen, I'm gonna do this, with or without any help, with or without nobody. Like, it's gonna get done, because if you're not doing that, then what's the point?
Why are you?
Like, why are you
just
here?
wasting space at this point?
We all here to do something amazing and important. Some bigger than others, but you gotta have that mentality. Like, all right, cool, I'm waking up to do this, and I'm gonna do this. And even if it's like, small stuff every day. Like, all right, I'm gonna do this day by day. You're gonna eventually get there. So
yes, having that intention behind every step that you take each and every day. Yeah, that is dope, because it's necessary out here, because we want things so instantly nowadays. Like, we want this microwavable success. We want it fast, and if we don't see it happening, okay, we're just gonna give up, because it obviously wasn't meant to be. But it really takes work ethic. It really takes work ethic to just go after what you see. It really starts as a dream, and you really got to make it a reality. I truly believe that.
Yeah.
And you know how this generation, we see like the top charts, we see the cars, the jewelry, the drip, all that stuff. But a lot of people don't see the behind the scenes, where it takes preparation, it takes planting seeds, it takes prayer. So what are some sacrifices you had to sacrifice in your journey?
I'm only laughing because, people who know and people who don't know, we all have a collective journey, right? So my struggles may not be your struggles as far as details, but my struggles are your struggles, because as a creator, we all go through the same shit, like, one way or another. Sacrifices. You have to sacrifice, I'm going to start general and get a little more personal, but you have to sacrifice your ambition a lot of ways for discipline. There's a lot of ambitious people out here who don't have discipline, right?
Self-discipline is important.
Right, it's huge. Like, you don't go to the gym and say, man, I'm about to fucking bench 300 pounds, and you ain't been to the gym in 6 months. It don't work like that. You know what I mean? And so let's say you're going to the gym for a month straight, right? And you're doing your thing, and you're getting your weight up, you're getting your reps in. Even then, you still can't just jump to niggas who've been bodybuilding forever. Like it doesn't work like that. And so when you start your journey, whatever it is that you're doing, your ambition, your vision is your drive. It's why I'm doing it. It's why I get up to do it. I got a vision, I'm going to do it. I'm not getting paid, but I'm going to do it because I believe in doing it. I'm going to do it because I'm working on my craft, right?
Yes.
The discipline is what is going to set you apart from the rest. Because as I go back to the working out thing, all right, cool, you going a month straight. All right, cool, second month. All right, there's going to be times where you don't want to go to the gym, right?
I
don't want to get up and go. But you know what you're working on, right? What they say, stay ready so you got to get ready. So, discipline. Hey, man, I know I want to go to the gym today. Let me get my ass up and go to the gym. And then sometimes you got to give yourself incentives, you know what I mean? They in school, when you teaching little kids, elementary students, right? If they do good on their homework or they do something in their class, you give them incentives. Like, You know, you get a star, or you get a, I don't know, extra cookie at lunch or something.
Yeah,
right?
That's motivation for some.
All right, so you gotta do the same thing for yourself. It's all about knowing yourself, right? So like me, I know whatever it is I'm working on, I may get tired, or I'm not so tired. I may get like unmotivated at times. So I gotta motivate myself. All right, Aaron. Hey man, if you knock this out, I'm gonna go treat myself. Let me go. I'm gonna buy some new pair of shoes, right? Because I want these shoes. I can buy it now, but the discipline is no. Let me treat myself to it. So if I accomplish this, then that's my treat to myself. You know what I mean? And so it's the discipline. I think that's one of the biggest sacrifices. I mean, everybody talks about like all the sacrifices being the same. I think the biggest one for us as creative people, you got to be disciplined. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. How do you stay disciplined?
What do you mean? You said, how do I stay?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you said. My bad. I thought you said how you say this, but not. How do you stay disciplined?
Yes.
It's not. I put it this way. It's not easy. I think sometimes you got to be your own life coach.
Yeah. Yes.
I think it's a collective. You have to be your biggest cheerleader, right? But you need other people to keep you accountable. You know what I'm saying? If you're working towards something, you need a best friend or a cousin or uncle, whatever. Tell him what your goal is, right? Tell them what your goals are. So that way, you know, a week, 2 weeks later, they can call you and say, hey, man, how you looking? How's it coming? Remember, you said you was doing this. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So you stay disciplined by doing that. You also stay disciplined by find some people that you enjoy and admire, not envy. There's a difference, right? Find people that you admire, that you say, you know what, I like what they're doing. I support what they're doing. And, you know, a lot of times you can find somebody and you're like, man, they always doing this. They're always doing that, always doing that. Always like they're busy. But a lot of times that success is intentional, right? It's not random. You think you're seeing it, oh, they just did this and that. Nah. They probably filmed that 6 months ago. You're just not seeing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They probably had that in the tuck, waiting and like, all right, cool. I'm like,
pop out.
Pop, pop, pop. You know what I mean? So, who do you admire, right? I admire this person. Man, I like how they did that, right? And you may not know their process behind the scenes, because a lot of times you don't. We don't televise the process behind the scenes. We like results. So you admire the results, and then if you're anything like me, you try to match and do better, right? And I think that those things help me stay disciplined. It's somebody to keep me accountable. Being my own self coach. You know, you gotta look yourself in the mirror. And you the shit today, man. You know, and you may not even feel that way. Like,
you really gotta love on yourself.
Yeah,
like
you got to. You got to. And then finding, you know, 1 or 2 people that you admire that you can say, okay, man, I really like how they did that.
And that's a good 10% because real is rare. And to find someone that can hold you accountable, that can push you to become your better self, the better version of you, it's really rare out here because, you know, and realistically, like, a lot of people are out for themselves. So how do you, like, separate the people who are actually has good intentions for you to want you to succeed, or they see the come up in you and like, okay, you know, like, how do you see the difference between the two people? Because you know people are good actors in real life.
Right. So I heard this thing a while ago, which is true. You know, hate and love are the same emotion, right? They're just on different ends of the scale. Okay. Are you for me or are you opportunist? It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Just on different ends of the scale. So I'll show you how it works. We all are both, right? It's just about finding the balance. Are you really, really for me and you want to see me win just out of the goodness of your heart? You just want to see me win? Yeah, maybe. But everybody has this "what's in it for me" tactic.
Yes,
right?
yes. Scratch my back.
We're in an economic world. We're in an economic system, and whatever we do, whether it's in business, entertainment, I don't care what it is that you're doing. The whole thing is, all right, how do I sustain, you know, stability for me and my family? How do I make money? How do we eventually make generational wealth? That's, if you're not doing that, you're lost. Like, that's the point, right? So the other end of the spectrum is opportunities, right? Because it's like, man, if I help you, this gonna be and we're always doing that. We all filter our experience and our relationships based off what's in it for me. We do not, in our DNA, I do not believe we do anything just for the sake of doing it. Even if I help you, if I see somebody on the side of the street and I give them $100, right? Yeah, that's for you, but it's also for me. Wanna why? Cause for my ego. Now I feel better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's subconscious, because I don't think about it. I'm not thinking, man, let me give you this because it make me feel better. Nah, you out on your ass, you in the street, here, man, let me help you out. But behind those layers, right, there is a self-centered part, like the ego. So how do you tell the difference? I think it's a matter of realizing them and you and them. Like we're all reflections of one another. So the opportunist part of somebody, you kind of have to, if they bring something to the table that you can benefit from, then you both are being opportunists in a way, right? The hey man, I'm doing this just for you is dope, because each one teach one, right? So it's like if you have an idea that can help somebody else and you give it to them, and you're investing your time, your energy, your effort, it's for them. Now, watch this. Let that actually work and it change the world. Now it's cool, but I'm part of that.
Yes.
And it's all helping. And I honestly think that in business and entertainment and whatever it is that you're doing, you gotta have both parts working. It's like the yin and the yang. I need people who are for me, but I also need people to understand that it's also for them, because if a person doesn't feel like they're going to get anything out of it, then they're not going to give their best. They're not going to give 100%.
Yes, like how you said, what am I going to get out of this?
Right. So I want you to know that you coming in business with me, it's for both of us.
Yeah.
It's for you and for me.
I'm trying to put money in your pocket, man.
Hey,
I'm trying to bless you right now.
Like, and the best people, the best leaders know that, they can't do anything. Like my greatest strength is my weakness. Because I know I can't do everything. So I'm not even going to try to do everything. Hey, I know what I can do, and things that I can't do, that's just when you have other people like-minded. Hey, man, come in on this project with me. I need you to do this. You got the resource to that.
Yeah.
Call this person. I don't want to call that person. You call that person. And that's how, look at any conglomerate, any major company, it's built off of multiple facets and layers. Okay, yeah, you got an owner, or you may have a board, you may have shareholders. Yeah, okay. They just keep the money flowing. But who gonna build this website? Who gonna make this network? You know what I'm saying? Ooh.
Everybody has their role.
Exactly.
You can't do this alone. You cannot.
There's nothing on this planet that was done by yourself. Nah.
Oh, how you say you really need a whole team. But I want people to know, like, we came here to serve and, like, to be of service, to, like, help each other.
Right.
It's a collaboration affair over here. Like, I need you, how you need me. Like, we can really work together. Like, back in the day, like, before they had money, I know they had to trade something.
Yeah, it wasn't for free.
Like, but they still had to trade, like, something, their talent.
Let me get that necklace. Let me get them rocks.
And I got these pants on. Right? It's a fair trade.
Yeah.
It's a fair trade, but now they have this, they brung money in the picture, and now it's just the driving force to a lot of people's moves they make. And they they're so hungry for the money, but in reality, you can't take none of that with you, so.
It's not real anyway.
Right. Currency. For real. I know this is only the beginning for you, like making this hit record, literally. So what does the next level look like to you?
That's a great question.
Man. He really thought this was a game at Back Talk. Like,
the next level for me, okay, next level for me is each one teach one, okay?
Yes.
It is all for me. It is about showing my peers, people that's under me, people that work for my company, showing my family that there is no such thing as we can't get it done. Like, that's just not in my vocabulary. It's huge for me to do that. I think it's important that my family, those who are close to me, know that, whatever it is you want to do, we can do that. And I think, in my experience, it's always been like, hey man, we're living to get by. Like, I give you an example. Growing up, like a good year for us is bills is paid, Christmas was lit,
right?
Thanksgiving was lit, and my family is still here breathing, and we're good. And don't get me wrong, that is a blessing, right? Like, man, you know, parents got promotions, got new jobs, moving to bigger homes, got new cars, like, you know, brothers and sisters and cousins like getting older, like that's amazing. It's beautiful, but I just think that that's one level. You know what I mean? For me, it's like every year, like, are we getting better? Are we progressing as a unit, as a family? You know, are we making decisions to put ourselves in position to have more generational wealth? And, you know, if we are cool, if we aren't cool, for me, it's like, are we even having those conversations? What does that look like? And then who's going to do it? Like, who is the one in the family that's actually going to get us over this fucking wall and get us to the next level?
Somebody got to lead it.
So for me, the next level for me isn't even really about me. The next level for me is, you know what I mean? I want to see my little sister reach her dreams. My little brothers reach their dreams. You know what I mean? I want to plant seeds in my daughter to make sure that, hey, everything that she's exposed to is, I can do this. I can do this. I know I can do this. Why? Because everybody in my family is doing this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? And that's big for me. So when people look at my life, when people look at my family, when people look at what we're doing, it's not a matter of, man, I want to be you. It's a matter of, oh, like, not that I want to be you, but you're showing me that I can do something. Like, it's not based off of how I grew up, where I came from. You know what I mean? And a lot of times we use our limitations as excuses. Oh, you don't know what happened to me.
We play victim role real
which
well.
Is cool. Like, and
that's not cool.
No, listen, it is in this sense. Your struggles, they make you who you are, right? They influence your decisions, they influence your artistry, they influence how you create.
Yeah.
I will never take that away from somebody. But the idea of, I can't be what I want to be in life because of X, Y, and Z and X, Y, and Z. I just think now at this point in the game, it's there is no more excuses. I mean, look at Tyler Perry. He was homeless. Now he got the largest film studio in the country.
As a black man.
Come on, man. That showed me, when I seen it, I'm like, oh, there's no excuse. There's no excuse. There's no excuse.
It's you versus you at the end of the day. You are standing in your own way.
Versus who you are in the mirror.
Yes, you are standing in your own way. A lot of people psych themselves out or talk themselves out of doing what their purpose is in life. Like, oh, it's going to be too hard. How they just find excuses like, oh, it's too much money. It's just like how you said, you really got to motivate yourself, be your own life coach, be your biggest cheerleader. But a lot of people don't like themselves, so how they going to do that? Like, how can they do that?
That's facts. You know what? A lot of people don't. A lot of people want to change stuff, you know what I mean? Which is cool, but I think that, you know, put it this way. I'm a firm believer, man. Believe in the design that God made you when he made you, right? We were put here on this planet as a design. Ain't nothing wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, you know, they'll think, man, I want to change this. Man, cool. Do what you do. You know what I'm saying? But I think liking yourself is getting to know yourself. You know, we look for love in all the wrong places. You're supposed to look for love first in here. Yes. That determines and affects the love that you're going to receive externally.
You better talk that back talk.
It's the truth.
You better talk that talk. That's self-awareness. That comes with self-awareness once you realize who you are and you know yourself. Then you're going to attract different people. You're going to attract different things. Great things are going to come from that. But yeah, I feel like how we are all designed unique and different, and we should embrace that. How you said your next level is creating generational wealth for the fam. How are you gonna like stay consistent on that? What are some ways you are gonna stay consistent and keep this momentum going?
Not stopping. I know that's cliche, but literally not stopping.
Literally can't stop, won't stop. Literally not stopping.
There's a Bible scripture that says that a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children.
Dang, we taking it there.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's the substance. It's you know, that's what I draw from. So for me, it's about learning. I never liked to read ever in school. I hated it. but the older I get, the more important I realize how reading is.
So important.
So I started picking up a couple of books, and I'm just reading. I'm just filling my mind with knowledge because I have to pass this on. So for me, generational wealth is like, obviously I've been called to the entertainment. So the more songs I write, great. The more movies I book, great. Mm-hmm. But what do I do with that income? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
How do I invest that income? How do I flip it? What are the best ways for me to save it? So I'm looking into different things like that, things like real estate, different food initiatives I've been kind of looking up, and it's all about providing a service. Like you said something about, we're here to serve. It's all about providing a service for everybody, from the richest of the, whoever you are, to the poorest people in our economy. If you have a service that everybody can benefit from, you get money.
We all eating.
Look at Amazon. Like, it don't
He
matter.
did what he built was literally out of the kindness of his heart. Like, if you really go back to all his biopics, like, that's what you gotta see, the successful people and read up on them and listen to the words they speak over their life. He always spoke about how you gotta start small, but then like leave a good impression. The first impression is like the best impression. You have to leave a good impression on your customers, on your peers, in order for them to keep coming back, like, and have that trust factor in business. Like, once you build that trust with people, they gonna keep coming back. They loyal to you.
Right.
Yo, I admire that man because he's amazing. Truly.
He figured it out, man.
Man, he did that for real. Give him his props. Give him his flowers now. Yeah. Times we can feel like things get rough, like just trying to start a business or becoming an entrepreneur or artist, just being in the entertainment industry, it sometimes can be overwhelming. What are some obstacles you face right now that you are able to hurdle over in your journey?
When I was younger, my obstacles were like, man, self-doubt. I'm not good enough, or this don't sound like that. Comparing myself amongst stuff that I like, right? So it's like I have a song, I do a song, and I'm like, man, this don't sound like Chris Brown. It don't sound like that shit. And being naive, it's like, well, it's just you. They have a team. They got engineers. They got this, what I mean? Like, they got stuff. That's why I sound like that. Right? So, getting even older than that, it's like, all right, then obstacles were like, okay, well, nobody's taking me seriously. Like, nobody's listening to me. Or even if it is, it isn't good enough, right? And so now I'm trying to, as I'm searching for what I do, my niche, I'm trying to sound like what's out. I'm trying to sound like the hottest person I heard. I'm mimicking because, that's just what I was doing. And, that was an obstacle. Having to find my own space was an obstacle.
Yeah.
What do I bring to the table? I don't know what I bring to the table because I'm just doing shit. Until I just, came to a place of, I'm going to give what I do, be confident in what I do. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But just leave it there and move on. And I think my experience in acting has helped me with that because, it's audition and forget. You know what I mean? Like, you do the role, leave it all in the room. When you leave, then they're going to do what they want. So I took that with me into the music realm, I do a song, a track or whatever. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. It don't matter to me. You want to know why? Because I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep going. One of these going to hit, what I mean?
Hey!
So that was an obstacle, doing that, thinking like, okay, well, am I good enough? Can I compete? I've been doing this for so long, ain't got a big break yet, you know what I mean? Doing this for so long, waiting for, the check. I'm trying to figure out how to pay bills in the process, like, what the fuck is going on?
This is
like,
real.
So those are obstacles, you know what I mean? When you have a dream, especially us as entertainers, our dream is fueled by ourselves, but our dream is also fueled by what we saw because we grew up in it, you know what I mean? You grew up listening to whoever your favorite artist is. You grew up listening, watching your favorite actresses, your favorite actors, you know what I'm saying, studying your directors, right? So it's like, you know, like you just did a movie. So it's like even in you producing and putting together a movie, yeah, it's your own thing, it's your own brainchild, but it comes from a place of like, man, you know, this and this and this is my favorite, so I want my stuff to hit like that, right? Like,
yes,
that's kind of like the struggle we have. And so overcoming those obstacles, I think come from a place of being confident in yourself. So then when you do get the accomplishment isn't, hey, I arrived. The accomplishment is just validation. You've been arrived because you've been doing it.
Yes.
And so that's all that the accomplishment is. So now, you know, my obstacles now are not necessarily, you know, the creative aspect. My obstacles now is trying to be a better me. How do I be a better business person? How do I, you know what I'm saying, do better business for the benefit of my company, my people? How do I do better business for everybody else? And in me doing better business, how am I rewriting, you know what I'm saying, those paradigms that are running through the industry? You know what I'm saying? There's certain things, paradigms, certain ways, it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Like these unwritten rules that
fake rules.
You know what I'm saying? That don't nobody want to talk about.
Fake.
So in me, you know, growing and being a better leader, how do I stop these cycles? You know what I'm saying? That don't benefit everybody. And I do that. You know, the accomplishments that y'all see just help further those initiatives. But I think, you know, behind the scenes, it's you know, I've been there. Like I know what it is to not have your fair shot, to not have a voice. I know what it is to, you know, excuse my language, be on the short end of the stick, the shit end of the stick. Like I know what that is, right? So the next generation coming up, you know, I feel like I'm part responsible to help change that. You know what I mean? Let's make a system that's fair for the creators. Let's make a system that gives credit to the creators. Let's make a system where, you know, everybody eats for real. You know what I mean? But like Tyler Perry said, he said it. He had a speech. He was like, you know, everybody's trying to get a seat at the table. I'm making my own table. You know what I'm saying? When you set your own table, you make the rules.
You call the shots.
You know what I mean? So we all gotta, and honestly, I think, you know, if we all, especially as black people, if we make our own tables, you know, my grandma had a table. You know the table that had like the extension, and you put the piece in the middle. Then you
yes.
It's like that, you know, like we all gotta add different pieces to our table.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And collectively, everybody can win. There's enough money
out here
for everybody to win. Like nobody has to be homeless.
And no one has to be greedy, how you said, just jealous and thinking it's not enough. Like, okay, I don't want you to succeed over me because it's not enough opportunity out here for me. But if other people think about having ownership or creating their own lane,
Right.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be good, because then you understand, like, okay, I need help into creating my own lane.
Right.
And then you're putting other people in positions to win as well, and putting money in people's pockets. That's the biggest reward in helping feeding families from this. And that's how Tyler Perry is feeding families out here. Evolving other people's lives, elevating them in a whole. It's truly inspiring. Other people will get inspired by, like, just seeing you as just being a role model and seeing how things are possible like this. Like, you can really live your dream if you work hard, do the right thing, and stand by that.
Right. I read a post that said 80% of success is showing up. Also, like just rise to the occasion, man. Show up. Like, I mean, there's a lot of things that I've done and things that I'm doing that, you know, I may not be the best singer, I may not be the best lyricist, I may not be the best anything, but I show up. And I think I can credit a lot of my success to just be in the room, bro.
And
just
you have to have that
up.
confidence too. Be feeling like you're worthy of this room. You're worthy to be at this table right now. Because, you know, so many people would just be scared to even show up and walk in the room.
Right.
And just be, how you say, you really got to be where you're supposed to be. If you say you're going to be there, be there. And you don't know what can lead you just by being in this room.
Hey, you never know. I learned that so long ago, man. Like, there's certain rooms, man. And when I mean rooms, I don't even limit it to a physical room. You know what I mean? There's certain dimensions. There's certain paths. You know, we always hear that voice in the back of our head, hey, man, go ahead, do this. Like, there's just certain things, like you said, you never know. Being in the moment, being present. It's so important to be present. If this is, whatever your calling is, be present in it. Every day, be present in it. When you wake up, I don't care if you got a day job. Do your day job, because that's what takes care of the bills. But go back to your dream. Be present in what you know you was called to do. Because if you don't, you know what I mean, that momentum, that wave, that space, it will pass you by. And you'll look up, oh, I woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes. And now it's so crucial to live in the moment, but we can sometimes just be wrapped up in our phones now with like technology in this era that we're in, and we feel like we're missing out on something. We're missing out on the latest gossip or the latest game that's on, and not spending that quality time with our family. And that's necessary. Being present is so key of this whole dimension that we're in. Moment, man. With Bag Talk Session, we are creating a lane for all of the young and up-and-coming people that's like-minded to think that you don't have to be conformed in this world or outwardly chase these materialistic items. Can you just please explain to us, how do you keep God first in your journey through like all this chaos?
I grew up in church, and I've been in church ever since I was walking. So for me, it's not even just up for discussion. Like, I'm in there, you know what I'm saying? But you know, that's cliche though. Like on the real, just the real.
Yeah, real. Talk that real talk, because we are in a chaos right now. We got people not living in the moment. It's a lot. It's a lot going on.
I think, you know, you gotta first realize who you are. I am God. You are God. We are spirit. We are God in the flesh. You know, when you look at just the world we live in, the sun, the stars, the trees, oxygen. I can stop there at oxygen. Without oxygen, it's over. You know what I'm saying?
Right. We take that for granted.
And think about the free gift of oxygen. Like, imagine if we were charged to breathe.
We take that for granted.
Inhale and exhale, 20 cents, 25 cents every time you breathe.
Oh.
What? You know what I'm
saying? My pocket's tight.
Right. So the idea of things that we don't see but we benefit from, our heartbeat. Like, what does that? You know, blood pumping, what does that? You got to think our body is doing that as we speak. And consciously, I'm not telling my body to do anything, but my brain is telling my body, man, blink, pump his heart.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that, but I am doing that. And that's God in action. Like, so for me, how do I keep God first? I count my blessings. You know, I thank God for my family. I thank God that, you know, when I see tragedy in the world, you know, I pray for people, but I thank God that, you know, I'm still here, my family's still here. I keep God first by acknowledging my own humanity, you know what I mean? The fragility of life, you know, anything can happen any minute. So the idea that every moment, like a moment by moment, man, I'm still here. I ain't got nothing to worry about. And all hell can be breaking in my life, but I'm still, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's some people who aren't here, who left, whether it's their time to go or not. But the fact that we have the privilege and opportunity and the gift to wake up every day, for me, man, that's it. Like, and I don't, privilege. You know, I don't even get too deep into religion or anything like that, because it's so much simpler than that for me. I just honestly think, like, yo, when you wake up and you see the sun, when you see things that you didn't make, didn't have nothing to do with, and can't control, all moving in harmony to keep you upright and walking, how can you not be grateful? How can you not, like, just come to a place of, God, thank you. Like, you made the
gratitude.
Sun. Yeah, you made the sun, bro. Like, who made that? You did. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I had nothing to do with it.
And think about it. The sun keeps us warm, right?
That melanin.
But it's fire. Like, it will burn you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Get
like,
too close.
Like, it's so hot. Like, if the earth was 12 inches closer to the sun, we would be fried.
Yeah.
If we were 12 inches further from the sun, we would be frozen.
We take so much for granted,
right.
And we're so entitled to like, okay, I know I'm gonna wake up tomorrow. You don't. Hey, all this could be over like that.
You have no idea, man.
And it's important to stay in gratitude, to stay in the moment, stay present. That was a gem right there that you dropped. Staying present is so key.
Right. You gotta stay present. You said, I think one of the first questions you asked about faith, like when the Bible says, now faith is a substance of things hoped for, evidence of things not seen. The first word in there is now. Now faith is. Now faith is. Now what you believe and what you hope for, it's now. You know, a preacher I was watching one time said, you know, you're so focused on having faith for next week, but what happens when next week becomes today?
Oh.
Right? So it's now. Like, okay, I'm believing God for this. Presently now, I am what I'm believing for. You know what I mean? You don't see it yet. I don't see it yet. I don't know where it's coming from, but presently, right now, I am that, because, you know, our power is in what we say, right? So I am this. I am a Grammy Award-winning songwriter.
That's not speaking that life. That's why you.
But I was saying that over.
Yes, you really spoke things to existence like that.
Now we got a Grammy now. So same difference, you know.
And that's remarkable. Like, my mouth is literally open because, like, the power of words are so real. Think it's a game if you want to, but you can really talk that talk over your life and demand what you are so worthy of, and that is real. But earlier you said, like, just about being slept on, because some people don't believe in you or just think that, okay, what you just said is just crazy. Like, if you said that over someone that just not familiar, they would probably think, yeah, whatever. Like, just brush you off. And just to, like, tell people that and just to have that much confidence and that boldness about yourself is remarkable to me, and I think that's super dope. But, and also just, like, how do you not give up even though people are sleeping on you? Like, so slept on.
Because it's not, your dream is about you. It's your dream. Your self-esteem is it's you know what I mean? Like, we have so many examples of people accomplishing something that defies all odds. Your dream is about you. Nobody has control over your dream but you. Nobody has control over your future but you. It's all in you.
All in your hands.
It's all in you. So if you don't do the work, you won't get the results. If you don't speak, you won't get the results. So if I was seeing somebody who was down on their luck and trying to encourage them, and let's say, you know, they didn't even really get the gist of what I was saying, the best thing I can do is say, hey man, look at those people that you admire. It goes back to that, because that also goes back to discipline. Your success is determined by how disciplined you are and what it is that you're trying to do. You know what I mean? Yes. There is no such thing as I lucked up. That doesn't happen. There's no such thing.
I am not lucky. You know I'm blessed.
Yeah, very. So I give example, like, I love sports.
Okay.
So, you know, I mean, basketball is my favorite sport, right? So if I see, you know what I'm saying, LeBron or Kobe or whoever.
Yeah, it's Cleveland.
No, he's a Laker now. So
hey, putting over our city.
If I see, you know, the dedication they put in, they're doing amazing things, but that's not by accident. They put the work in. They're disciplined. They stay in the gym.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's like when you see them do it in game, they're only playing how they practice. You practice how you play, right? So if Steph Curry shoot a shot from half court and it go in, you're like, oh my gosh, somebody shot. Yeah, but he just hit 100 of those an hour ago.
Wow.
So it don't, you know, it's nothing. It's second nature, right? So same thing with your dreams, your passion, your goals. You know what I mean? When people see your success, it's not a matter of, oh, I arrived. It's no, I've been doing this. You're just not catching up. So.
Oh my gosh, that's so
real. So to those, you know, being slept on, let them sleep on you, bro. Listen,
give them that confidence right now. Drop that.
Let them sleep on you, because when they do wake up, the price went up.
That's a fact.
So those who aren't sleeping on you when you coming up, you know what I'm saying? Those are your day ones. Those are the ones who've been there before everything. Those are the ones who saw it before anybody else saw it. Those are the ones you give special consideration for. Those are the ones you fuck with. Those are the ones you bring up. That's the each one teach one. I'm bringing you up because you saw me when I was sleeping on floors. You know what I'm saying? When I ain't had pot to piss in. You know what I'm saying? Those are the people that you say, all right, cool, get on my back. I got it from here. I learned what I need to learn.
Yeah, we all going up now.
I built myself up. Nigga, I got you. Let's go. Everybody else who now want to get on the bandwagon, man, hey, you got to pay now.
Hey, right. I'm going to catch you at the top, though. You're going to be looking.
Thanks.
Besides, a lot of people think that success is defined by materialistic items, but over here with the bag talk, that is not the case at all. So I would love to hear your definition of success.
Okay, success is I think I look at success from year to year. For me, success is like doing and accomplishing more than what I did the year before. On any level, it don't got to be something as big as a number one record, right? I can have small success, like, hey man, I went to the gym successfully every day for 6 months, like, you know, that's success. Success is reaching your goals, whatever your goal is. You know what I mean? If you gotta go to I want to lose 50 pounds, do that shit. And if you lose 50 pounds, celebrate. Pop some champagne because you reached your goal.
Yeah, right. You know after you lost all that weight, pop it. Pop that bottle. And
go back to the gym. But that's success.
Right.
I'm telling you, that's success. Success is reaching your goals. I reached my goal, boom.
That's real.
That is successful to me. And then it's like you want to keep reaching your goals. People write New Year's affirmations all day long, and none of them shits come true. It's about a goal. Okay, hey man, it's 2020. My goal is this, and this, and I plan to get it done by this, and this. That's a goal, right? A lot of people say, I want to be rich. What does that mean, right? Here's a goal. I want to make $5 million in 3 years.
Yes.
That's a goal, right?
Be specific like that.
Yeah, so, and then you put it together. Okay, cool. How am I going to do that, right? What do I need to invest in? What do I not need to do? What do I need to stop? Like, what habits have I created financially, mentally, whatever, that I need to...
Habits?
Yeah, that I need to stop. And get better, and then being honest with yourself, right? You know what I'm saying? And that goes back to discipline. You know what I'm saying?
That falls in line. Being successful, you have to be disciplined.
Gotta be, and you gotta create healthy habits. You know what I mean? You gotta create. You know, it's crazy because in school they teach you, like, you know, growing up, don't eat all the bullshit, and they'll tell you things like eat carrots and granolas and all that stuff. But they say, you know, we're trying to build healthy eating habits, right? But they don't teach healthy life skills in school. You know what I mean? Something that needs to change as well. You know what I mean? So, but if you don't get it in school, you know what I'm saying? You gotta get it at home. If you don't get it at home,
where do you get it?
You don't get it from your friends, television. You don't get it from the street. You know what I'm saying? So it goes back to accountability. Like you gotta have somebody in your corner to keep you accountable. You know, community that you can rely on that's gonna push you to greatness.
That's necessary. That is so necessary. And I know how you kept speaking about generational wealth. What does your legacy look like here on Earth?
Before I die, I will be one of the richest people to ever walk this planet.
What does rich look like, though?
Ownership.
There you go. There you go.
Right. So it's not necessarily... Obviously numbers, like you say, oh, he's a multi-billionaire, whatever. Cool, but let's be honest. What does that even mean, right? Such and such got $100-something billion. Here's my question: will you ever actually physically see $100 billion?
Right.
No, it's on a computer somewhere, on a bank account, and it's just numbers. God forbid somebody hack that shit, wipe out, right? So
over with.
So think about it. What does that really even mean?
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta think when the Depression hit in the early 1900s. They were rich people, but their money didn't mean nothing when the economy fell. It didn't mean nothing. You know what I mean?
And you can't take none of that with you, too.
You can't. But the point I'm making is ownership. Ownership is wealth, right?
Yeah.
That is the ownership. That's generational wealth. You know what I mean? My great-great-great-grandchildren own something that I helped build. Ownership. So years and years and years down the line, you know, the ownership of that works. Who knows what's going to happen to the dollar? Who knows what's going to happen to the economy? Who knows what's going to happen on Wall Street? Man, we don't know none of that shit. But I bet you whoever owns whatever they owning, them the ones who's going to have the power and the control. Who owns the land? Who owns some of these systems? You know what I'm saying? Who owns the oil? Who owns the things that as human beings we need? Who owns our resources? That's where the money at. If you own a resource that the whole world benefits from, then you good. So for me, I'm gonna do that. Like generational wealth for me is ownership. I don't know exactly what that is yet. Yeah. But I'm definitely getting
with your legacy. Right. You're gonna own it all.
Absolutely.
Own your legacy.
Why not?
Why not? And that's what you gotta tell yourself. Like, why not? Why can't I do this? Why not? Sky's the limit. Like, it's all yours. It's like an important legacy and something that you can fall back for your family as well. Like leaving something behind so they can cherish and from it's your music, from your movies, from the songs that you write. Just leaving all of those things back is necessary, and that's a gift to us on earth when it's your time to transition to the next level. That's necessary out here, yo. That is necessary. And you know how we close out every bag talk session is with fill in the bag. So I started, you finish the sentence. And it doesn't have to be one word, but do a complete sentence for me, okay?
I got you.
Okay. Without black women.
Man, without black women, man, I don't think the world would be spinning, bro.
Honestly, that's a fact.
I love you, mama.
That's a fact. Honestly, you came out of one. God is
everything.
That's real. Everything. One scripture I live by. Oh yeah, let them know.
Yeah, Matthew 5:16. It says, "Let your light shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven."
So what does that mean?
What does that mean? Let your light shine. Live your purpose. Do what you were put here to do. Right? When people see you living your best life, when people see you living in your calling, your light shines. Automatically, whether they know it or not, it's all connected to God. It's all connected to higher power. So your light gives God glory. It draws people onto what it is that you believe in. And so that's ultimately it. The more good you spread, it's contagious. Like you can't not help but want to be around it. Like people love good energy. You know what I mean? And you want to bring that everywhere you go. So that's what that means.
That's amazing. That's beautiful. Last one.
Okay.
Bag talk session is.
Bag talk session is shit.
Hey!
You know what I'm saying? But on the real, this shit's dope, man. I really like, what you're doing, and I think that it's gonna be a platform that other people are gonna want to be on, talk about, and I think honestly it sheds light. You know what I mean? It's for me the biggest thing is it's inspiration. People are gonna get inspired watching this. Not just this segment, you know what I mean, when you got other people on here.
Yeah, but
the stuff that you're doing yourself, man, you got movies, podcasts, man. I mean, you're doing crazy shit, man. I'm telling you, like, just keep it up, man, because this shit's about to go crazy for you.
Hey, and I feel like we're all dope individuals. Like, you have to share your truth to the world. Like, you are a dope individual yourself doing amazing things. And we got to give you your flowers while you're here. We got to hear what you say and just like letting the generation know, like the younger generation, like this is possible, yo. Like everything is possible. You can live your dreams. You can do whatever you want to do. Just do it. Take initiative and go after it. The ball is in your court. Are you gonna dribble or are you gonna shoot? It's up to you. And I just thank you so much for joining the Bag Talk session because you're extremely an incredible individual, iconic. Honestly, I'm so happy to be on this journey with you. For real, can you just drop your social for us and how we can find you, your music, all that? Please let us know.
Yeah, so Heat right now is #1.
Hey, that's amazing, yo.
You can
you can download that.
Hey, all my social media is just official and Lamont. official, and then Aaron with 2 A's, Lamont, Lamont. And you know, this is just the beginning. I got so much stuff cooking, you know what I mean?
Whipping it up on them.
It's in the crock pot, man.
And we can't wait for you to bless us.
Oh yeah,
bless those ears.
It's gonna go crazy.
Man, last question though. How does it feel to have a #1 hit record?
To me, it feels you know how people say like, oh man, like, you know, that shows me that it's possible. Mm-hmm. To me, it showed me that it's possible.
Yeah.
Like I surprised myself, you know, like in a lot of ways. It feels good. It's one of those things where, you know, it really showed me how powerful we are. You can create something that the entire world is in tune with. They're on your frequency. So when you create something like that has that type of impact, it makes you, there's obviously excitement, like, man, that's dope. But for me personally, it made me aware of how powerful I am. I can create something that has hundreds of millions of people around the world dancing and singing to. So likewise, I have a responsibility to keep making stuff to move the culture. But, you know, the more stuff I do, because of that vehicle and that influence, you know, I have to make sure that I'm doing stuff that is also going to uplift, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it's going to help, you know what I mean? So the older I get in my journey, I'm going to look to do that. Like I'm you know, I'm going to keep making them bangers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm going to look to make content, and not just in entertainment, but even like in my businesses, to do stuff that's going to help people, you know what I mean?
Especially Black people. We need it. We need
Everybody,
it.
man. Everybody, man.
We need it the most.
But thank God for diversity, man.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
But yes, put your people on. You know how I feel.
Of course.
But no, that's going to be incredible. That's phenomenal. Just the success that you have just at such a young age. Like you said, this is only the beginning. Like, we're so young in the game doing it.
Right.
So just imagine, like, years from now, when time is hitting the clock, like, been there, done that, and we're going to keep moving forward.
Absolutely. So I'm excited, man. Thank you for having me.
Hey, thank you so much.
Hey, Bag
blessing.
Talk. This is crazy. It's been a blessing to be with y'all. Hey, man, y'all stick with her, man, because she out here, so.
We going up, baby. Yeah. We going up. We're going to see you next time talking about that bag. Tune in. Thank you guys so much for watching Bag Talk Session.